everybody. Today I'm going to be doing my July wrap up and August to be read. So first of all, I'll be telling you the books that I've read in the past month in July. So the first book I read was kind of assigned to me in college because we did a task in the library, in the college library, and we had to pick out like a book maybe possibly related to sociology. We didn't have to if we didn't want to. So I decided to choose an essay book basically about feminism. It's called Living Dolls, The Return of Sexism by Natasha Walter. As I said, I borrowed it from the library, so it's back there now, but I downloaded it as an ebook on my iPad, and so I don't know if you can see, that's what the cover looks like. This book is basically an essay book. I believe it's an essay book anyway, because it's got like a lot of research to it, and there's lots of footnotes giving like the appropriate research and that. And it's all about how we think that things have improved for women and like their rights and that. Well, they have, but they haven't as much as we've initially thought, as it explores like things like prostitutes and lads mags, and then it talks about like determinism, so like saying that girls or boys are just automatically smarter, and it's just, and that girls have biologically have this need to care and to be in the expressive role. Overall, I thought it was a really interesting book and I really enjoyed reading it. The next book I read was Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. You might be surprised to know that I haven't read Harry Potter series before, which is quite funny considering I'm going to a Harry Potter convention next week. But I do plan to read all of the books eventually. This wasn't my favourite book in the series. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. But because there's literally so much of this book cut out from the film, and you can really see why, because it just kind of drags it on a little bit, like the bit when they were in St Mungo's Hospital and Gilderoy Lockhart came about, and there's that whole conversation with him. I was just a bit like, oh, can we just like wrap this up, please? I do understand why some bits were taken out of the film, but like the thing with seeing Neville's parents, I thought that would have been way too sad to see in the film, to be honest. Overall, I'd have to say though, I did enjoy the book, but I would much prefer in the film. Order of the Phoenix is actually my favourite film in the Harry Potter series, so yeah. I also read / listened to Divergent by Veronica Roth. I got a free trial of Audible, as you can see here. So I listened to the audiobook of that, and I loved this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm really eager to read Insurgent now and wait for the film of Divergent and the 3rd book in the series as well. Now the next book I haven't actually finished reading yet, but I am determined to finish reading it by at least Sunday or Monday. But it's Tequila, Mockingbird by Harper. I'm about 220 pages in, so I'm not far finishing it, but I do really like it. It's a good classic, and yeah, that's all I have to say about it really. And then the final book I read this month, it's kind of a humour book. It's called When Parents Text So Much Said, So Little Understood. It's by Lauren Kalin and Sophia Frioli. I have no idea how to pronounce their surnames. This book is basically a publication of some of the entries that are submitted to their website, whenparentstext.com. It's basically a site where people submit kind of like funny texts that their parents send them. It's a very funny, humorous book. Now on to what I plan to read in August. The first 2 books that I plan to read are both John Green books, An Abundance of Catherines and Paper Towns. Nothing much to say about these, apart from that I'm looking forward to reading them. I've heard very good things, particularly about Paper Town, and possibly less so for An Abundance of Catherines. Either way, looking forward to reading these. Also, I'm planning to read The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. This book has been massively hyped in BookTube, so I'm looking forward to reading this. And then the final book I plan to read is Eleanor and Part by Rainbow Rowell, however you pronounce it. This is a young adult book, and it's, from what I gather, it's mainly like kind of like a high school romance story. But again, this has been muchly hyped, particularly by like John Green and other people as well. Reading this, it sounds like the kind of story that I'd like anyway. As you can tell, I've not chosen like really big books to read for August. Like, I've chosen quite small books, but I just kind of want to read a lot and trying to get as much read as possible, and like try and catch up a bit on my challenge to read 20 books this year. And that's all I have to say for today. I'll see you tomorrow possibly for another day of Ram Fear. See you later. Bye.